everybody, welcome back. So we just saw Suicide Squad. Woo! We are right out the theater. We did our no spoiler video, and now we're here to give you our all spoiler review. So this is your fair warning. This video contains spoilers. We're gonna talk all the spoilers we want to talk, whatever we want to talk about. So if you don't want spoilers, you better get out. There's a link in the description below to our non-spoiler review, or something's popping up right about now. You can click on, you can go check that out. Hopefully you'll see the movie, and then you can come on back and geek out with us after you've seen it, because we're geeking out hard over this movie. Okay, that was your warning. You gone? You gone? Good. Let's do it.
Oh my god, where do we start?
Right? Batman. Let's just fucking start with Batman. There's so much awesome Batman in this movie.
In all of the maybe 2 minutes of screen time that he has.
Right, I know, but it's like the greatest thing ever. And we were talking about we want a director's cut, and I'll get a little bit more into that in a minute, but you know, it felt like there was a couple of spots in the movie where it felt like chunks of things were cut out to like move on and get going. Yeah. And we want to see those things because they should be really cool.
What was the running time for the movie?
I don't know. It was like 2 hours or less. It was definitely no 2.5. Because we got out of the theater about 8:30ish, and we started at 6. You know how it rolls. There's probably like half an hour trailers. I've seen like a lot of trailers. Yeah, maybe 2:10 at worst. But it flew by. And I love it because this is what I was hoping we would get, and we got it. I just would have liked to have seen it. There's a couple characters they didn't do it for, but we saw Batman catching all the criminals. Like it was. Well, we're gonna get to that one last. Well, and a couple they didn't show at all. Yeah. But yeah. So like, you know, you saw him capture Deadshot, and he's like, I don't want to do this in front of your daughter. And that was so cool, man. That was so cool. And you know, we saw, oh my god, all the Joker Harley. Okay, we'll get into Joker Harley. And maybe we shouldn't have started with Batman. It's like it's gonna take me so all over the map. But they didn't show Killer Croc, how he actually got captured. They just kind of said the Bat drove him out of Gotham, and then something happened. I would like to have seen that. But we did get to see Batman go after some of these guys. It was so cool. Who was the other one he took down? Was it just Joker, Harley?
It was just Joker and Harley.
And Deadshot? Did we really not see him take down anybody else in that crew? I guess not.
No.
No, we didn't. Okay, well that's a shame. That's one of the things we're hoping to get a little bit more of.
We took down Captain Boomerang.
Yes. Like we said, guys, spoilers. It was not the bats. It was the streak, or the lightning, or
I think you're looking for the Flash.
It was Barry fucking Allen. Not the CW verse Allen, as we know, but it is the, you know, the DCEU Allen, who is growing on me, because even in that 2 seconds he was on the screen, which is fucking awesome. And like now I'm even blanking. He had a great line.
He's just like, so I guess there really isn't honor amongst thieves.
Oh right, because Captain Boomerang had killed his partner in the diamond heist. Yeah, so that was really nice to see him show up. Wasn't quite expecting it, but you know, I guess I should have, but I wasn't expecting it. It was cool. And there's another little tweak of the Flash and Aquaman at the end. Yeah. But we'll get to that post scene in a bit, I guess. Oh god, but that was so cool, man. Where do you want to go? I went on for 3 minutes.
Let's go ahead and go to Joker and Harley.
Yes, tell me your thoughts. I mean, obviously, look, everybody's going to talk about it. Harley steals the fucking show.
She does.
She's fantastic. One of my nerd tears of joy moments early on in the flashbacks.
I know the scene.
Harley and Joker dancing. Harley is in the 90s animated series outfit, and it looks fucking awesome.
And Joker's in the tux, and it's actually a recreation of a pretty well-known picture.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Oh, so cool.
Don't know how Harley as Dr. Quinzel actually managed to fall for the Joker in the first place.
Yeah, they didn't show a lot of that. I'd like to see a little more of that, maybe in a director's cut.
I mean, but
he was manipulating her psychologically.
Yeah, somehow.
Well, again, they don't really show it.
The fact that apparently he was the one who fried her brain to begin with.
Yeah, but he had already fried it even before the electroshock, because she's like, do it, bring it on. Like, she was ready for it. She was already well into him, is what I took from that.
That seemed a little more defiant to me, actually.
I don't know. To me, it was defiant, but it was like her showing him her strength in that defiance.
Now, before she takes the Nestea plunge into the acid bath,
which was cool. Although that was an awkwardly placed flashback.
Yeah.
Almost all the backstory stuff is in the beginning. But then there's this one moment when there's
Harley
a couple.
Has multiple flashbacks.
Did she have multiple? I know there's the dream.
There was after she got electrocuted.
The lights came on, fucked things up.
We got part of her flashback through the lady.
Enchantress.
No, not the Enchantress. The one in charge of everything.
Waller,
thank you. We got the first part of a flashback through Waller. We got the second part when we actually see her interacting with one of the guards at Belle Reve, and they electrify her cage.
Yeah,
and that's where we see like a lot of shit that happened to her after she was captured.
Yeah, but that was also still in the beginning too.
Yeah.
So it wasn't jarring.
It was yeah. And then about halfway through Act 2, you get.
And that's the one I just want to. And again, I love it, but that was jarring. They had this kind of Ghostbusters moment going on where they're having to walk up all these flights of stairs, original Ghostbusters, and she's like, oh, I got to work on my cardio, and then she looks down and has a flashback to the vats of acid and all that.
Yeah.
But it was a really cool scene. It was just totally kind of, I don't know, a little out of place for me.
Oh, again, if they had to cut things.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. If they had to cut things, that would have been maybe part of the reason why that happened.
Yeah, they
had to rearrange.
Right, and that's where there's rumors of studio interference, and I can feel that in a couple of spots that could be true, because there are a couple of places the movie is a little bit disjointed in its cutting. Very few. I mean, it's not, it's not a mess or anything.
The biggest problem with that is actually Slipknot.
Yeah, Slipknot, other than one tiny little beat, you've seen all of Slipknot in the trailers.
Pretty much.
And as we all expected, because you barely see him in the trailers, yeah, he's the one that poof, he gets it. What I do love is that it was Captain Boomerang that kind of convinced him to try to escape.
Well, that's sort of his MO, is to I think he was going like, let's see if this thing really is real. So I'll talk this other guy into doing it.
Exactly. That's totally what I got out of it. And that's one of the things that made me love this iteration of Captain Boomerang and just who he is. Like, hey bro, we should try and escape. This is all just a mind game, dude. No, trust me. I know how this works. You ready? Yeah, go for it. And then, yeah, I know, damn rear. Little insight, normally we park in a specific place to get under the lights, but since it was still daylight out, we thought we'd film this, and then they kicked on those lights, and it's messed everything up, but whatever. But yeah, so that was pretty cool, though, so we did get that moment with Slipknot and Captain Boomerang, so I enjoyed that.
Yeah, the thing is, it was kind of telling when he was the only character in the group that didn't have a flashback sort of scene with Waller, selling the thing to the Defense Department. Yeah, fair enough. I do feel like there could have been more Easter eggs in that amount too, like flipping through the binders and they could have seen more villains. I think there were probably more Easter eggs, but there's so many fast cuts in places that. It was kind of like, wait a minute, was that, what?
Yeah, and I mean, not in a confusing, I mean, you're saying it like it's a confusing way, but it's not confusing, it works.
It works, but I'm just saying that I would like to get on video and be able to play it on slow to take in everything. Don't worry, that's what the internet's for. They're already doing it. There's 20,000 people already out there who've got their pirated copy and are, grabbing the frame grabs, and they're gonna make their Mr. Sunday Movies kind of video. The 6 things, I don't know, it may be 6, it may not, probably. I'm sorry, I don't need to steal another guy's shtick. I love Mr. Sunday Movies. Anyways, he's the first guy I'll go watch his stuff actually when I go. But anyways, yeah, so there's probably a lot more Easter eggs. We're dying to deconstruct that and see all that. But yeah, okay, so let's Killer Croc is pretty badass. Yeah. He's a little hard to understand though sometimes. They made his voice kind of mumbly. There was a line or two I didn't read as well as I read a few others. When I say read, understood. I like that he wanted DET. Yeah, all their wants at the end when they were gonna have to go back to prison were pretty damn funny. Yeah. Especially Harley, cappuccino machine, and then she gets a cappuccino machine. Espresso. Like she needs more caffeine. Right. Yeah. Which is another thing. There's a shot in the trailers that was not in this movie. Joker in the tux, firing the Tommy gun, but in one of the trailers, half his face is acid scorched off. Not in this movie. And even at the end, he comes and he breaks Harley out, and his face is fine. I don't remember seeing that. I don't know. I'll have to go look. I'm 99% positive. Now, what was in the trailers and definitely not in the movie is the first part of the bar scene. Where Harley's going, what do you want? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because they never had the what you drinking and all that stuff. Yeah, but still very cool. And they gave Diablo a really cool backstory, and I love that and then he had to own it. I love that scene too. That she's talking to him own it. You killed your kids. Own it. Be who you are. And then that plays at the end when Enchantress is trying to give them all their fantasy lives in their heads, and he's like, no, I'm gonna own it. This was not. I fucked this up. And that so I thought that was such a well laid story thread for him. Oh God. And then he transformed to that fucking fire monster thing, and he's melting the fucking Enchantress brother thing. Aztecian skeletal giant on fire.
Yeah, dude. Oh, and I love that he's like writing messages with flame in the air. That's so cool. And even though it's in the trailer, I love when Captain Boomerang like whips out the Zippo. Ooh, fire. Ooh. You know, so that was just so much fucking fun. Oh God. Oh my God. Deadshot being a Deadshot. Like that moment when like the waves of enemies are coming at him and he's just taking them out and like all the military guys just kind of stop shooting and they're all looking at the guy like, holy shit, dude. Yeah. Will Smith is a great with a gun actor. So that was fucking awesome.
At that point, you tell okay, just forget about trying to take out the waves, just cover him. Yeah,
pretty much. And they did a good job of motivating all the bad guys to do what they needed to do, even saving Rick Flag, because like if Rick Flag dies, we kill you all, you know, and all that stuff. So that was cool. They kept having to save him. Katana, like I kept thinking like, wait, why isn't Katana in here? And once I started thinking, why isn't Katana in here? I also started thinking, but wait a minute, Katana's not a villain. Why is she in the Suicide Squad at all? So, you know, then she shows up kind of late as the things are taking off to go into the war zone and everything. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. And I thought all that was pretty neat. Enchantress is cool. I like the whole story they did with her and her effects and everything are really neat. Oh, the effects of her brother and like the destroying of things. Like he just touches shit and it like leaves the residue of like splattered whatever. That was awesome.
I was actually just thinking her brother actually kind of reminded me of the Asgardian Guardian thing.
Yeah. The Idris Elba guy character. I'm pretty sure it's Idris Elba that plays that. I know the one you're talking about. Like he guards the portal.
No, actually not him. It was the big monster thing from the first Thor movie.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I think it's like the Destroyer.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah, I guess actually I kind of see both of those things.
Actually, like a cross between the two.
Right? Yeah. That was a really cool villain and cool visuals too. And it's interesting too. We'd all been speculating online that Common, the rapper, was going to be this character with the tattoos that come to life, and it's like, no, he's just there to cameo. He's the one that got killed. He was just like appreciating Harley. Like he wasn't hitting on her or flirting. He was talking to Joker. Like he showed up in Joker to be like, I just want to pay my respects and thank you for helping us make this money together and blah blah blah. Like he's being cool. And like he just sees Harley and like you got a hell of a woman there. And then Joker's like, oh Harley, get over here. I'm giving Harley to you. And he's like, bro, like she's your woman. I'm not trying to fuck. I'm not trying to make beef. And then Joker just kills him. I'm like, that's the fucking Joker. I like this a lot. He's creepy and like you don't know what he's ever gonna do or what he's thinking. I really want more Joker. Like that's my biggest takeaway from this. As much as I loved Harley, as much as I'm excited for more Harley or anybody in this movie, I want more Joker now.
Do we know what the plot of the Batman movie is going to be yet?
No, it keeps spinning around. The rumor that keeps popping up is it's him having to go into Arkham and kind of doing an Arkham Asylum thing, so it can be like all the fucking villains. So I mean that could be cool, but it depends on where the timeline's supposed to be and all that stuff too. So apparently, I never played the Arkham games, but apparently it's like the first game starts out with him delivering a prisoner to Arkham, and then there's like a plan that goes into effect to trap him in there with all the villains. So it could theoretically be he captures the Joker and Harley and he's taking them in, and then he's in for a surprise when he gets there. So that'd be cool. I don't know. It's unfortunately the solo Batman film's still a ways away, so.
Of course, they did give us a nice tidbit as to where to play Suicide Squad, which is directly after Batman vs. Superman, looks like.
Yeah, they made that very clear. And to the point where they actually put a shot from Batman Superman in there, a couple of shots from the Superman funeral. And that also felt like those shots were studio inclusion. Like, it felt like them talking about it, the director thought was enough, but the studio's like, no, show it.
Well, actually,
so I don't know, maybe. I could be wrong.
Actually, the best was there's this kid selling T-shirts outside of the place where Waller's having
Superman T-shirts,
and in front has the Superman logo, and then the back says
remember. Yeah, because she's like, you know, it got crazy when Superman was flying in the sky, the world got crazy, and now that he's not flying in the sky, it's gotten crazier, kind of thing. Yeah. Some kind of line like that was so good.
And the best line is she walks in, she sits down, and somebody's looking at her like, you look like Cat the Canary.
Yeah, oh man. It's so good. She was so good.
I've eaten a lot of canaries.
Yeah. Oh man, but she was so good. Oh my god. So, like, then there's the whole thing, like, the whole mission is to go save this person in a bunker in a tower, and, like, the whole time I'm sitting there like, who are they gonna save? Is it gonna be, like, some kick-ass reveal? You know, are we gonna get some kind of cool cameo or some character we weren't expecting yet? And then, like, because, like, you see in the war room with, like, Amanda Waller, you know, like, watching everything going on, turns out she's in that fucking bunker in the middle of everything, and they were tasked to go save her. They weren't happy about it either. But my God, she's cold-blooded because, like, as she's wiping all the drives with a few other task members in that room, then she just shoots her own people because she's like, they weren't cleared for any of this anyway. So it's like, what the fuck? Not somebody you want to work with. No.
Yeah. The thing is, Rick's like, yeah, I've had to cover up some mistakes too.
Yeah, so that's a little crazy too. Yeah, Rick Flag was pretty damn badass, man. I'm kind of excited about his character. God. There's so much good stuff in this though. Like I'm with you. Like I just want to go fucking watch this again, like right now. Actually, there was a 1020 showing in RPX. We can get to free. You know, I joke about that, but I'm seriously sitting here thinking, I could just about do that.
You'd have to go without me.
I know. It's a school night.
That soundtrack, awesome soundtrack. I think especially if you like classic rock. But I mean, there are other things.
Yeah, I thought it was a really diverse soundtrack, actually. Yeah. You know, from modern rock to classic rock to hip-hop to a lot of stuff, and all of it used very well. Yeah. Very appropriately. As a matter of fact, the only trailer song that was not in the movie is Ballroom Blitz. And I was bummed. I was like, oh, they used like everything else from all the different trailers. Even Bohemian Rhapsody was in there, but very, very cool.
Yeah, I'd actually be tempted to buy the soundtrack.
Yeah, well, you know, I got the Apple Music thing, so if you ever decide you want to get on the family plan, I'll do that. But that was really nice. I like the introduction to Harley, by the way, in her cell, that she was just, like, they were showing off her acrobatics early, setting that up, but also this idea that they want her to sleep on the floor, not touch the bars, and she's like, I sleep where I want, when I want, and all that kind of, with who I want, yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. Got a lot of the classic lines in too, like pudding and all that stuff. And there was another one too. What was it? It was either her saying that or Joker saying, shit.
You're ruining the day, man.
Yeah, that was good too. Oh my God, the whole Batman thing saving her. Oh my God, and then Batman like.
She said Mr. J.
Yeah, Mr. J. Oh God, that was so good. I had the pudding necklace. Oh, and she was so heartbroken when she thought Joker was really dead. Like, that was really fucking sad. And then she tries to put on the brave face for the rest of the gang, like it wasn't bothering her. You know, she's like, hi guys, miss me? You know, it's like,
you know, in all honesty, with the way, the look that Croc gave her, I almost expected him to go over and actually give her a hug.
Right? Yeah.
Which I would have loved to death.
Yeah, it was so cool. And really, it was really sweet for such a kind of fucked up couple. It's really kind of romantic in a dark fucking twisted way. And that's one of the other things that was really cool about the movie is the use of the Joker in this movie was not just in flashback, but that he is tracking down what the hell happened to Harley and he's out to rescue Harley. Yeah. And like essentially that's what he does, you know, and I really love that background use of him and the background use of Batman, that we were in their worlds and they were in the movie, but it wasn't about them. Yeah. I thought that was just so good.
Yeah.
Oh man. And then
talking about how everybody reacted when, you know, Harley came back. Just watching from about that point on really is how they started to really solidify.
Yeah, they really bonded. They all kind of bonded together to become buds.
I mean, to the point of Diablo going like, you are not touching my family. I already lost one family. Yeah,
I thought that connection might have been a hair forced, but it totally worked for me. I mean, I could see critics or like people being super critical having problems with that, but I liked it.
I have a feeling there's some cut scenes.
Right, again, that's what we're thinking. Like, and I've heard rumors of studio interference because they got afraid after Batman, Superman, and all that. So, I mean, I don't know what if it's just rumors or what. But there are areas I feel like that could be the case. That, you know, someone came in after the director and said, let's do this and this and this and this here. They didn't do a lot of it, but they did some of it where you can kind of feel that. So I really hope we do get a director's cut of this that puts it all back together. Yeah. But, you know, if this is what it is, it's still a fucking awesome movie, and we still really, really loved it. And really, I think there's probably only like one more thing to talk about, honestly. Yeah. And that'd be the mid-credit scene. No post-credits. DC doesn't really do that, but they did have a mid-credit scene. And I had actually heard about this scene, but I didn't hear about it the way it was. I had heard rumors like months ago that there's a scene where Batman visits Amanda Waller to tell her he's not happy with what she's doing. Yeah. Which is kind of what happened, but it was Bruce Wayne. And he's promising to protect her and help keep her secrets and keep the Midtown thing a secret in return for some information on a bunch of metahumans. Open it up, see a couple of the villains, Killer Croc, I think, and then
there
was a couple of villains. Oh, okay.
It was Enchantress.
Right.
I think Diablo.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then the Flash.
Barry Allen.
And then Arthur
Curry, Aquaman. So I was like, and she's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm making friends." and then he's like, "Oh yeah,
you make friends? I use leverage."
yeah. And then there's this line too about she's like, "And you need to stop working nights. You look tired." And he's like, "Oh, by the way," as Bruce Wayne, he says, "By the way, shut it down, or me and my friends will shut it down for you." You know, I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but it was badass.
So I'm hoping this. I kind of hope this means that there might be some sort of Justice League Suicide Squad crossover.
Ooh, you know what? These movies,
I thought that'd be like way. I mean, that's a way too big ensemble.
Well, here's the thing: if DC can defeat its biggest foe, as the memes have said, Rotten Tomatoes, and the critics, and these things actually start making money and people get into them, that could happen down there.
Superman made $800 million.
Oh, I know.
How is that not making money?
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. You know, critical, like, then the word of mouth can hurt things and people stop going, and that's what they're worried about. But I think people are going to find out. I hope people are going to find out that no, they're getting it back on the right track. They're finally finding that right tone to be what they want to be as the DCEU. So,
which is a little more like Marvel.
Well, I mean, that's the problem.
Well, I mean, they look at this. This movie is a much more Avengers-esque in terms of it's lighthearted, a lot more lighthearted. I mean, it's got.
I wouldn't say a lot more lighthearted though. It's still pretty dark. I mean, you got people who are killing their own families.
But compared to the
darkness of Batman, Superman, it's definitely lighter than that. But it's still not Marvel light.
It's not. Yeah. It's got the humor, but it has more the darkness.
Right. And I appreciate that they're trying to do something tonally different.
Yeah.
But I have always had a problem with that mentality they had when they started out of, we're going to do the opposite of what Marvel did. And I'm like, what? Make movies people love and that make a lot of money? No. But no, I mean, I'm not really getting into that. I don't have a dog or pony. I'm just happy we're getting all these movies. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy. Even if they're not perfect, they're way more perfect than they've ever been. Superman, The Quest for Peace, people. Batman and Robin. I mean, come on. It could be a lot worse. So I'm quite happy with what we're getting. I'm excited to see this whole DCEU expand. I'm excited to get into Wonder Woman. I'm excited to get into Justice League. All the other stuff's going to be so good. It's working for me. It's coming together. It's working, and I'm happy about it. I'm happy about Marvel too. I still love Marvel. I still love DC. People in the world. You can love both of things. You don't have to love only one or the other of everything. And this is not just about movies I'm talking about.
You can like chocolate and vanilla.
They don't have to be one or the other. It doesn't have to be teams all the time. And even when it's teams, it's friendly spirit of competitiveness. You know? Like, come on, goddamn. So many people, like, you just say, like, I like DC more than Marvel. And they're like, good riddance, fuck you. It's like, what? I can't like them both, but have a preference. Jesus.
This is like we like both.
Yeah, totally.
This is like we'll go see all the Marvel movies. We'll go see all the DC movies. We'll watch all the Marvel and DC TV shows.
Yep. Yeah, which we love the CW universe too. So I mean, don't get me started on that. Oh my god. Don't get me started on that. That's like another 30-minute video. In a good way, but still.
But I think
that pretty much, I think we pretty much covered it. Yes, there's probably a lot more we're just forgetting about. We're so excited about it, and it's just processing in our brains. And obviously, we moved in the middle of this to get that shadow out the face, because this is what you're here for, and this. But anyway, so that's pretty much it, guys. So we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna shut up with you guys. So we'll do the whole thing where comment away. What was your favorite part? Do you agree? Do you disagree? You can disagree with us too. That's fine, just as long as you're nice about it. That's the only Will Wheaton. Don't be a dick. Will Wheaton. But yeah, so comment away. Spoilers all welcome in this because this is the spoiler video. I'd love to hear your favorite parts. Did you see it? Did you not see it? Well, if you didn't see it, I don't know. There's no real reason telling me. But do you agree? How much do you like this Joker? Is it working for you? How much did you love Harley? Let me hear it. Comment, a comment, a comment. Let's geek out. Other than that, you can hit that thumbs up button. Give me that thumbs up of encouragement. Subscribe if you're new here. We do all kinds of fun, nerdy, geeky stuff every single day on the Eric Butts channel. Share with your friends because we should all be geeking out and partying together. I mean, that's what we do here. We're a bunch of geeks, so we like to let our geek flags fly. You can also check out the link to Patreon down below in the description. Help support the channel, help it grow, get more content, or not. It's fine. I just want to let you know it's there. No pressure. Okay, well, I think that's about it, guys. So, yeah, we talked enough. I've got voice left. I gotta take my lady home and get out of here. So, all right, well, I guess we will see you guys later.